Okay, welcome inside Levi's Stadium, where if anybody told you before the game that the Niners would lose 39-10 to the undefeated Los Angeles Rams, I don't think anybody would blink an eye. And if you said that the Niners would commit 4 turnovers and the Rams would commit none, that would be pretty much according to how the script's gone this season. It was just a typical 49ers loss. They seem to get uglier and uglier, though, with less and less hope. Dieter, I know you're writing today, I believe, about the quarterback, C.J. Beathard, who had 3 of those turnovers, two interceptions and a fumble. He just seems like he can't get comfortable. I had 7 sacks today.
Yeah, no, he just kind of looks like C.J. Beathard of last year. And this is a quarterback that's 1-8 as a starter, and I know there's not really an alternative because apparently C.J. Beathard is significantly better than Nick Mullins, according to Kyle Shanahan. But it's getting pretty rough to watch this. He cannot keep control of the ball. He doesn't seem in control of the offense. It's feast or famine. He's been pretty good in a couple of games. He's better than he was last year, but he was really rough today, and it's hard to imagine the 49ers winning maybe 1-2 more games with C.J. Beathard at the helm. It might be time to go to somebody else.
Yeah, he may only have a couple more games before you have to try and see what you have in Nick Mullins. But one guy that dragged C.J. Beathard down 4 times, 4 sacks, ripped the ball out of Matt Breida's hands in the first quarter, was Aaron Donald, probably the NFL's best interior lineman. Dan Brown went in and talked to him in the Rams locker room. What kind of celebration acts was Aaron Donald doing in there?
Yeah. He didn't really celebrate that much because the Rams expected this. Donald expected this. They look at the tape, they see how long C.J. Beathard holds the ball, which is forever at times. I think Aaron Donald sounded a lot like these machines going past us right now. Aaron Donald said his daughter told him before the game to go get 10 sacks, and I think had this been a more competitive game, he might have dialed it up that much. Beathard's got to start recognizing what he's got around him in terms of the weapons, the offensive line, and learn that sometimes it's okay to throw the ball away.
He doesn't have much around him. They had 6 wide receivers active today. It didn't seem like he was ever throwing to any on the field. He was throwing to his tight end, George Kittle. He was throwing to his fullback, Kyle Juszczyk. Even the 49ers defenders can't seem to keep the ball in their hands because Jaquiski Tartt could have had a pick 6 in the first quarter against the Rams. That would have been the play of the season that the defense has been waiting for all along. The defense is getting let off the hook by the way the offense is playing, how poorly they are. Dieter, what are you seeing out of the Niners defense?
Well, it's the same story. They don't have any pass rush. DeForest Buckner's going out there and trying to take on 5 guys by himself. The secondary was bad, and now it's banged up. Not having Richard Sherman out there made the entire field open as opposed to just one half of it. Adrian Colbert had a pretty nasty-looking injury. It's just more of the same, and if Reuben Foster is out, it looked like he re-injured his shoulder late in the game. Now the linebacking core is compromised. It's a mess. It's one of those things where I'd like to say something optimistic, but I'm struggling to find anything here.
Yeah, the Niners welcomed back a lot of their icons back into the building today. You had Joe Montana here. You had Jerry Rice. Many, many more, and they were here part and due to a new statue in the northwest corner of the stadium commemorating the catch with Dwight Clark, to Joe Montana to Dwight Clark. Dan, you were there this morning for the statue's grand unveiling. What takeaways did you have from that?
That's good. That was the highlight of the day at 9:30 a.m. this morning. Joe Montana, as always, has gotten so heartfelt whenever he talks about Dwight Clark. So he helped introduce the unveiling of these statues, and he said he knew if Dwight was here, he would have leaned in and whispered, "There's a reason they don't call this the throw." The statue is a great depiction of Clark rising into the sky, making that fingertip catch, and as Jed York said in introducing the statue, Dwight Clark will live here forever.
Terrell Owens was also here for the first time since he went into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, even though he wasn't there for the ceremony. But he was here today to watch a 49ers franchise that is not doing well. They're 1-6. Next stop, the Arizona Cardinals, where they'll be battling for the NFC West cellar. So that is it here from Levi Stadium. We'll be back, I think, in a week and a half when they host the Oakland Raiders. All right, thanks so much. Bye-bye.